Friday, everybody. We are on site at the Hilton downtown Houston for Comicpalooza. It is honestly really cool to be back here, considering it has been since I haven't been here since 2023. I took 2024 off for personal reasons. It feels good. It feels good to be back. As you can see, the iconic George R. Brown with its foghorns is in the background there, and I'm actually headed to the garage to pick up my stuff and take it to my room. I'm feeling kind of bougie right now, but we're gonna have a lot of fun. I know some friends are here, and I'm gonna meet up with them later. Maybe they'll make an appearance in the vlog, but stick around. We'll see what shenanigans Comicpalooza has going on. Okay, that was a lot of stuff to carry up to the room. Yeah, honestly, the room's nice. Like, here, take a look. So we got a big old mural right there, and welcome James, and then the view is probably pretty good, if I had to say so myself. Oh, we get a big old roof view. That's kind of neat. And then I think that's the Toyota Center, and that's the city of Houston. For those of you who've never been here, if you are averse to melting, don't come here. This place is very hot. Anyway, this is going to be fun. I'm excited. The first thing I'm going to do, so I have two panels this weekend. I have one today and one on Sunday. Today I'm doing Anime A to Z, and this is the first time I've done this panel. In fact, this is a panel that I put on my list probably a couple years ago, and I've never gotten it approved, mostly because it's been untested. But Comicpalooza specifically requested this one. So, because I remember they approved the one for Sunday, and I was like, hey, just letting you know, I can bring backups, or I can fill in for people if there's cancellations or whatever. And they were like, okay, would you like to do Anime A to Z on Friday? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And so this is going to be kind of an interesting test, because the last time I really did this was like 2021. At IkiCon, but I think it was the one right after the pandemic kind of eased up a little bit, and so that's going to be interesting. And then Sunday, got a tried and true panel. Let's talk a little bit into underrated anime to put on your radar. So that's always fun to put on. But aside from those two things, I really have, nothing going on. So we're going to just see if we can get into some shenanigans. I have my Cheetos costume that I'm gonna put on a little later on, probably. And somebody saw it in the elevator and was like, "You're gonna dress like a Cheeto, huh?" And I was like, "Yep, it ain't easy being cheesy." But anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. Let's go ahead and head down to the con, because I want to see what is going on. Also, I've heard that the badge redeem process is kind of garbage, so we will see firsthand what that means. Alright, so we just got through this bullshit registration process. I'll talk more about that a little later on, but guess who I ran into?
He broke their entire system.
Zeros to motherfucking heroes.
I'm the first part of that.
You know what? I think everybody, including Josh, is a zero, and Chandler is the hero.
I'm also fine with that.
But that being said, we're jumping into the vendors hall. We're going to see what they have to offer us today. So I'm back in my room, and normally next in the vlog format, you would have seen a somewhat shaky version of like what the vendors hall looks like. But I got a little distracted. I got a lightsaber. Crimson Dawn Initiate. It's like, this is like true indulgence. But yeah, this is fun so far. I'm about to go to my next panel. But yeah, that's my first somewhat frivolous purchase this weekend. We'll see what happens with the next one. Alrighty, we are at my panel room. As you can see, I am all decked out in the Cheetos attire, not affiliated enough to. So right now, nobody's here, but check this out. Got a pretty big room. Can't exactly complain. The biggest thing I want to complain about is, like, the screen is just really, really tiny. And it's because the projector is right there. You would think that they would do this a little bit differently, but, you know, I guess I can't really complain all that much, so. Anyway, we are about to do Anime A to Z. I'm just thankful to be in a room, to be honest with you. If you've been to Comicpalooza since the Panini happened, you'll know that they've been very reticent to give us rooms. Every panel has been, or most panels have been, downstairs in the vendors hall, which I've been very vocal about the fact that I think that is a horrible thing. Like, at first it was cool, but it just became really annoying. And I've been very vocal about that the last few years. But I was very insistent this year. I want at least one panel in the room. So they gave me one. So I guess I can't exactly complain about that. But anyway, yeah, about to do Anime A to Z. I'll let you know how that goes. Alright, we're back in the room and I ran into this fuck. Yeah! Those of you who don't know, who don't watch my videos, and this is the first one that you've ever seen, that is Zane of the Epic Awesome Show.
Whoa!
Yeah, how is the Epic Awesome Show doing, by the way?
Well, it exists.
It exists. You know, that's
not really online, but it exists.
That sounds familiar, because up until recently, I just kind of existed, and now I'm trying to put more videos in and out, so. But, yeah, panel went well. We only had, like, I'd probably say, like, 10 people, maybe, 10, 15, but, you know, that's okay. It was 5 o'clock on a Friday, and frankly, when most of the con takes place in the vendors hall, you really don't get to advertise your panels when they're up in the rooms. As much as I love being in the rooms again, it's like they don't really make it very clear, hey, there's stuff going on up here. So I imagine my panel on Sunday will play a little bit better, even though I hate being down in the vendors hall.
What is up, my bits and bobs? It is day 2 of Comicpalooza, and if you couldn't tell, my voice is kind of on its way out. I don't know why, because I only had one panel yesterday, and to be honest with you, there's no reason, there's no real excuse for it. Also, my hair is kind of doing a Brendan Fraser circa 1995 cut going on, you know, part down the middle. I don't hate it. I don't at all. I mean, I don't know if I'll keep it, but see, the thing is I'm a very well, I don't want to say I'm a very smart individual. I would like to believe that I'm at least, you know, competently smart, but I'm still a dumbass because I forgot a brush at home, and while home is only like 30 minutes away, I'm not going to drive back for a brush, so, you know, that's just not going to happen. So, I'm going to just do what I can with the resources that I'm given, and my resources are this hand and this hand. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, but I'm also a somewhat egotistical person, and I like to look good, so. Anyway, today I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing today. Today is the day where I'm gonna go support my friends. Zero's Hero's got some panels. Sam, Epic Awesome Show's got some panels. We're gonna go buy some stuff. Go hang out with some old friends. I ran into Collins and his friend Orlando yesterday, and we hung out and played Mario Kart with Sam, and that was pretty fun. And I think they're gonna be here today, so I'm gonna kind of see if I can hang out with them for a little bit and see what's up, and then buy some stuff and just kind of have a good time. So there may not be too much of the vlog today, but you know, I'll probably check in with y'all a little later on, based off of what I see. Hopefully we'll actually get that shot of the vendor's hall that I keep promising you. That, you know. And tomorrow is when things are going to get a little bit more heated because I have my second panel tomorrow at, I want to say 3 o'clock. I got to check the schedule, but I think it's at 3. Also, yeah, if you can tell, I have my my one-piece shirt on today. I'm thinking about wearing my chopper hat, but I haven't quite decided. It would help me with my hair, but I don't know yet if I want hat hair or do I want just messy hair. I haven't decided yet. Do I want Brendan Fraser haircut or do I want hat hair? That's the question. But anyway, stay tuned for more of this chaotic vlog. At this point, you should expect nothing less from me.
Alright, so if you guys
Inconvenience every other panelist.
we're on the stage floor, what are we gonna do?
Shush. Alright, so this is So You Want to Be the Avatar, based around the TV show So You Want to Be a Millionaire. We are going to do audience participation. One player at a time, one chair is going to be me. What is whoever wants to be up here and thinks they can do it. Each round is 5 questions, if I'm right.
5 questions for each round.
Starting from super easy, why are you even bothering to ask me this, to
we do have rules.
why on earth do you know this? Do we have rules? Okay, we have rules now. We will choose someone from the crowd, you will volunteer, and if you don't, then I'll pick somebody anyway. 5 questions. Each question gets harder. The amount of tickets worth. Are we doing the tickets worth?
No, we're not doing the tickets. Ignore number 3.
Ignore number 3. Contestants will be allowed 2 lifelines, which is a 50-50, which I take half the options off the board and I tell you which ones are left. Or you can ask the audience, see how our lovely people think. It would be great if I could understand anything. What's that?
I'm assuming.
Makes a lot for Hunter.
Yeah.
That's just Rathalos.
Yeah.
Are you filming me up this big? Is it a hump or is it a butt?
You gotta get in it, like Chandler, you know? Give me all this stuff. Get up in there. Get up in there.
Get up in those guts. Get up in those guts.
I don't know. Stop that. Move it around. Get in it.
I can't move it. Position,
Got it.
position 45. I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, things are happening.
Drifting. I don't know how to drift.
Put your body weight into it.
I have no fucking idea what just happened. My team's name is Veronica.
Alright, so we went through the haunted house at Comicpalooza.
It's real.
What,
It's,
yeah?
it's definitely there.
What do we think about it? Did anybody have a heart attack?
No, but it was pretty good though. They got us a couple times.
Yeah.
A few just jump scares.
Yeah, I was like, the entire time, I'm just like trailing behind Chandler, like,
There
We
was
were in the front.
there was one or two. I was like, that's the real one, and then they were like, nope, it's over there behind you. I'm like, no.
I think the only one that really got me was the cart guy, because I was like,
Yeah.
are you gonna run into me? Like, come
He
on.
ran
came
into
around the
everything
corner
else, so-
after like the loud, like bright light, and then boom, whatever the loud noise was, and then he came around the corner.
Honestly, it was surprising how like, much the jiggling of the cart noise and stuff,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it
yeah.
starts throwing you off even though you know what's happening.
Right.
And it's like,
And I almost tripped. I think I hit the light, like the projector, or the circuit projector, yeah.
Right.
And like, I was like, okay, I gotta be careful. But where is our people?
in the restroom.
No, but we all survived.
We all survived,
We're
yes.
Either that or you died when you were outside, Sam. And we're
Yeah.
after that.
No, he was gonna come and save us.
Welcome to day 3 of Comicpalooza. I am rocking the Chopper hat, Bokuwa Doctor, Tony Chopper, and we are very tired today. In the club, we all tired, and I'm sorry for the cringe. Actually, no, I'm not. Fuck you. The cringe is what keeps us free. Anyway, so I'm heading over to the convention center. So last night, so you may have seen it in the vlog, but so I went to Coach Roderick McDaniel's comedy show, which was like 15 minutes down the road from here, and it was pretty funny. It was actually pretty good. I had me a nice tall drink. It was a very, very good night. And on the way home in my Uber, I see like a legion of ATVs and dirt bikes, like just going ham down the road, and it was just the most nervous I felt in an Uber, because you don't know what they're doing. I mean, shit, I don't know. Anyway, so we saw that, and that was interesting. I keep saying we. It was just me. I am we. Pixelation hungry. Not really. I ate the breakfast of champions earlier. Buffalo wings, you know. Anyway, so I know this vlog has been a little chaotic because it's kind of, it's like all my others, but also not like my others. So, but I'll probably do a closing morning. I'll probably do a closing segment after my panel today. Kind of recap the con, give my thoughts, you know, all that jazz. But stick with me. We're almost through. Back to normal life tomorrow, and then who knows when my next con's gonna be. So, you know, stay frosty, my friends.
Because each box's art would play off the other, then you'd open it and inside would be its own disc box art. And it was great, I loved it.
Now, if you're talking live action, I absolutely understand. Animation, take as much time as you need. Not too long, but animation doesn't.
Animation needs to bring Bob back to a more regular schedule.
Yeah.
Stop putting
I need to be done. I have spent way too much money again, and now I had to force myself to just walk out of the vendor's hall. Just walk out. I'm not done yet though. The panel is still at 3:30, and it's currently like 1:30, so I've got like 2 hours to kill. So I'm gonna go put my stuff in my car, and then I'm gonna go, I don't know, I'll go do something. maybe I'll go eat, or maybe I'll go to the game room or something. I don't know. But I am getting very tired, and with tired comes cranky, so this might be the last you see of me until my end of vlog, or end of con vlog segment. But either way, I've had a good time. I'll talk more about that in the end of con vlog segment. Yeah. Okay, that is a wrap on Comicpalooza 2025. I had a good time. I think that a lot of that good time was just buying shit. But this is kind of going to be the end cap to the vlog. I want to offer the Comicpalooza peeps a just a couple of just notes that I have as a panelist who's been going to Comicpalooza for a number of years. And I know I'm going to sound like a broken record in a lot of instances, but here, let me get this let me get this figured out. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss is the badge redemption process. So they changed it this year, from what I understand, and the new way they did it was basically, you know, you had to show your QR code and everything. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that part. My problem comes with the fact that every year there is something where, as a panelist, redeeming my badge is kind of a pain in the ass. And this is not just Comicpalooza, this is like a lot of cons. I'm not going to name any other names just because I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are a lot of cons where they just, it's almost like they don't expect there to be any panelists that come to pick up their badge. Like, I come up to them and I say, I'm here to get a programming badge, and they kind of act like like they're a deer in the headlights, like they don't know what that means or how that works. And it's like, look, every year there's a whole slew of panelists who redeem programming badges. There should be like training for this. Like, everybody at the volunteers and staff should know how to handle it when there are programming badges and press badges and other, you know, not attendee badges. I don't want to sound like I am like full of myself or anything. Oh yeah, you're a big bad panelist. That's not the point. The point is that y'all know we are coming, so don't act like you're surprised when we come. It sounds horrible, but for real though, it's just like, I don't know. There were some other panelists in line with me who had echoed the same sentiment. Like, why is this so complicated when y'all know that we're coming? So like, how are y'all surprised? But anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to point out. Second thing I wanted to point out, Comicpalooza staff, please, for the love of all that's holy, put us back in the rooms. So for those of you who are not aware, who have never been to Comicpalooza or haven't gone since the pandemic, ever since things opened back up and they started having Comicpaloozas again, most of the panelists have been downstairs in the vendors hall. There's a whole section of the vendors hall that's cordoned off for panel stages. Now, that would be fine if it were like an outdoor festival or something, or if they bothered to get AV that like actually was worth a damn. But they don't, and it's not. Admittedly, I had one panel that was in a room upstairs on the 3rd floor, and it was fine, but there were only like 5 people who showed up, and I truly believe it's because they didn't really tell anybody that panels were happening on the 3rd floor. Like, they said, yeah, they put it in the schedule, but your average person, your average attendee is not going to like realize, oh, They're going to look at the schedule, they're going to say, oh, that's going on. But they're going to see all these panel stages, and they're going to say, oh, well, it must not be happening because it's not here. Like, it used to be that, like, that all the panels were upstairs in their own rooms, and like, if someone was at a panel, it's because they wanted to be there. It's because they were like, that sounds interesting, or I like that creator, I'm going to go to that panel. Now, it's like, you never can tell who's actually there for you, or who's actually there for your content and your topic, or who's just there because they want to sit down because they've been walking everywhere for the last 12 hours. I mean, that's my experience. I get tired from walking, so I sit down where there's chairs, and that just happens to be a panel stage. I feel bad for sometimes, that's why I like, whenever I do that, I try to pay attention to what's going on stage, because I want the panelists to feel like they're actually valued. A lot of people don't do that. And it's like, at first, when they first started doing this, I thought, oh, that's, it might actually expose my content to a whole new slew of people who might not normally be into panels. That's not how it works at all. And I feel like the Comicpalooza staff thinks that's how it works. It's not. It's not how it works at all. And then they have the audacity to give us these small little TVs and the speakers that don't even work. And so those of us who play videos or have music during our panels, just fuck us, I guess. I don't know. And I talked to a volunteer today and asked him, to like maybe put a word in for me on this one, because I feel like there should be an option on the application process where it asks you, do you need AV? Do you need a projector? Do you need the TV? Do you need HDMI, audio, all that? And if you click yes, then they're automatically going to move you up to the room. And they're going to advertise that. They're going to say, hey guys, there's panels in the fucking third floor. Now, I want to make it very clear, with all this being said, like, I did, I had a good time. My panels were fine. I didn't really have that much of a problem. It just could have been better had we not kind of been sabotaged a little bit. And I genuinely, might just stop doing panels at Comicpalooza and instead just be an attendee, because, like, at this rate, that's kind of like the majority of my experience this weekend was being an attendee, and like supporting my friends and stuff, so, but, that being said, I had a good time. I'm very passionate about the things that I just want to get back to how things were before the pandemic. I know that it's hard, but we've been out for, it's 2025, we've been out for years. Like, it's time to get back to normal. And even then, like, even when I was in the room, like, the projector was, like, really fucking, like, misaligned. Like, there was a projector screen, and then the projector was, like, taped down to the floor in a way that, like, where it's like a small little square on a big ass projector screen. And I was like, man, you can't win. We can never win, can we? Like, there are panelists that rely on AV, who rely on video and rely on audio to prove their point. It's not just people who speak anymore. And I just wish they would get that, Like, it's a good con. It could be so much better if you just give us a little bit more consideration. So, anyway, that's me ranting about fucking panelist woes for the 9 minutes. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. I guess I don't know. I don't know what to expect from that one. I will. I'll be back in a new video, hopefully very soon. I'm scheduled for one. We'll see if I actually make it. But that being said, thank you for watching. I will see all of you in the next video. My name is Pixelation. My name is Pixelation. And if you are new to the channel from Comicpalooza, leave a comment and let me know. And welcome to the Bits and Bobs. I hope to see you around in the server and in other areas of my life. And I'm going home and going to sleep. So I will see everybody in the next one. Until then, stay pixelated.